Hey everyone, Brendan here from Athena Intelligence. Today we're going to walk through two tasks we just released. These are research report tasks. The first one is going to be an advanced research report for web. And the second one is going to be an internal research report for internal documents. So this one completely gathers information externally. This one's completely gathering information internally. The reason why these are important is today most reports which are generated from a prompt are going to be limited in a few different ways. One of which is they're only going to be able to produce so much content, about 4,000 tokens. Second, it's sometimes difficult for a lot of these reports to provide clear identification of how it cited the sources, so where it got its information from. And even though we're going to get a pretty nice result here, we're going to pivot immediately into our two research reports and take a look at how we've improved on this. So we have a pretty good result here, but we're going to actually use two of our newest tasks and see what the difference is. The first one, as I mentioned, is going to load up an advanced research report for the web. So I'm going to publish in all three formats. This is basically the output, and instead of a market research report on Athena, market research report on the, let's do the NFL's industry best practices in 2024, and we're going to do 6 sections, and we're going to submit that. That'll get kicked off here on the right hand side. This will be roughly 3 to 5 minutes to run, and we're going to pause the video here and come back. And before I do so, I'm actually going to kick off one additional report, which is going to be our internal research report. And we're going to start by the documents. So let's do one on JamSocket. Do another report on, let's do this actually. We'll do a report on a bunch of websites that we've pulled down from the internet related to different teams. So these websites are internal actually to our drive. These aren't actually public websites anymore. We've pulled down the information. And just to prove this is only working on internal, let's actually add in additionally a few other ones, including a market research report on Vanta's AI strategy, and we'll also include that JamSocket report. We'll do 3 published formats again, and we'll say compare and contrast the audience strategy of the companies. So a bunch of different companies in here, AI companies, compliance companies, and then we have NFL football teams, and we're actually going to be able to compile a report based on all of those. And that's going to be kicked off here on the side, and then we'll come back in about 2 to 3 minutes and take a look at the results. All right, looks like we got our first 3 documents in, and once these are loaded, we're actually going to notice they're going to be embedded. So here in a second we should see these are now synced. So if they're larger documents, having them embedded and synced allows the system to retrieve various portions of those documents for various workflows. We'll take a look at the 3 documents that were first compiled. This was our web research, advanced research workflow that's doing external data only. So we produced 3 of the same documents in different formats, the first being markdown. We can peek at that here. And we notice in this case we have very specific URLs that are linked. We can open those and identify exactly where it got its answers from. A full written report And the second one, which we can peek into as well, is going to be this one. And we can download that. And we see we have a nice Word doc to edit. And then finally, we can take a look at this last one, which is going to be a PDF version. And again, 17-page report built directly from one simple prompt. And we can start by asking a few questions of these reports to further analyze them. Let's compile a data sheet maybe. There we go. So key sections. And our final output. And then we can additionally extract data sheets. So here we can pull out key metrics with sources throughout the entire document. We'll take a look at that here in a second. So it's going to be a little bit longer of a data sheet, looks like. There we go. So key metrics all correctly sourced, so we can figure out exactly where each of these numbers comes from, making it much easier to trust a lot of our outputs. Great. Lastly, let's take a look at our 3 internal reports. So the first one we have here is a markdown internal based report. Our audience strategy, again in PDF form, and the last one which is downloadable in a document form. Alrighty, thanks everyone.